Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Jenny will be in. She's having a little difficulty coming in tonight with some of her stuff, but she'll be here tonight. Um, we, I just want to welcome everybody. We're back, and welcome to the Seekers Chronicles, the Paranormal Historians, where the history meets the paranormal, and we're gonna just start the show in a couple minutes. Jenny should be back. She's having a problem with her issues with her thing, and that's about it. So tonight's show is gonna be wild. It's gonna be a cool show. And if Jenny comes back, I'll let her introduce. If not, I will. I just want to show one of the things that we're gonna be at. In I think it's October. I had all my notes down. It's just my October 4th. We're going to be at the let me see if I can bring it up. Yeah, we're going to just run a little video on it. Yeah, right now there's tickets on sale for that show, and hopefully I see you guys there. Jenny, I, and Richard Marshall are going to be speaking at 12:45. So we're going to be speaking about a bunch of different things. I want to say hello to everybody in the audience. Hey, hello everybody. It's a little weird. I just started off by myself, and usually have somebody to talk to, but talking to myself, it's kind of boring, you know. That's why I like to get everybody else in there. So here I am. So tonight's guest, I'm going to introduce tonight's guests without Jenny. So here we go. Tonight we're going to have Shauna. I hope I'm saying her name right, because I'm bad with names. I'm really bad with names. And she's one of the owners of the Das House. And here she is. Hey.
Hey, how are you? Doing? Good.
How's everything?
Doing really well. No complaints at all. Staying busy.
That's the best thing, is when you stay busy and everything. We met at the at Gettysburg Battlefield Bash.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we met. And I went by and I'm like, hey, this looks like a cool location. And so it was awesome to meet you. And and Danielle, am I saying her name right there?
Danielle. Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's why I let Jenny introduce everybody, because everybody in the audience. Here she is.
There she is.
So sorry about that, everybody. I had severe technical difficulties. We had to resort to using my phone.
Yeah. She had to have one of the cats rewire everything for her.
Yes.
And she just went off. There she is. She's back.
She is.
Hi, guys.
I was just saying how we met at Gettysburg, and it was nice meeting them and everything. And it's like, another day at Gettysburg.
I know.
Love it there.
That's one of my favorite. I've been going there since the second when they first started. And the second one, the first one I went to, and the second one I was like, I got to put my stuff up there. Mm-hmm. So that's when I started going, and it was an awesome place. It really is an awesome place, So, Jenny, I had to introduce the guests.
Oh my God! First time in what is it? 49 episodes now.
Yeah, we're on 49, episode 49.
First time in 49 episodes, he's had to introduce the guest. Wow.
Yeah, well, and I said the name right. I said the name right. See that?
It's the end of the world.
I crucify people's names. Just regular names. I just like, whoa.
Smith, Jones.
Oh, yeah. The simple.
I call somebody their last name Smith, and their last name was Jones, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I used the right first name, the wrong last name, and
it was like Joni Smith. No.
We decided that let Jenny do that, and because she has a better understanding with people's names. Me, I was like, hey, like
Yeah,
I
you're
said,
the eye candy.
Yeah.
He's the eye candy.
Oh yeah, you did
Yeah.
great. You did great.
see that? See, I got. See, Johnny, I could do it.
I
I
don't
know
want
you
to.
don't.
I don't want to
You
give you
don't
too
need me.
big of a head, but you did. You did
Well,
perfectly well.
He
can't get this
doesn't
out of
need
me
me
bigger.
anymore, Shannon. He doesn't need me.
Oh man.
No, I do.
He sabotaged my computer. No, I'm kidding. It was
Yeah.
like, she's not
Well,
coming on tonight.
Oh,
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody.
So yeah, hello everybody, audience. Hello everybody.
Yes. Hello to
Jenny,
all our friends.
Jenny, I think so many people in the audience are about to not come in because you were
Oh,
in here.
stop.
They
Stop.
only
I'm
come here
looking.
because of
I'm
you.
looking at everybody. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, everybody wants here for you. Yeah,
I think they're here for our guest, actually. So
that's
I
true.
can't wait
That's true.
to get into this. I've been really excited about this episode.
Oh yay! Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Of
I mean,
course.
we have definitely have a road trip, and so the question is, you want to ask the question, the main question, Jenny? What's the question we ask all our guests?
We always ask, how did this happen to you? How did you end up here? Where did you start?
Okay.
Where did you start?
Okay.
How did it happen?
It is a bit of a loaded question. So it boils down to one person, and that was my mother, Holly Cataldo. She was the reason I got into it. She's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing today. 15 plus years ago, my mother, I can start with saying my mother was very gifted. She was a psychic medium, and I was the pain in the butt kid that always thought she was full of crap. That was me, I humbly admit that, but it was, the paranormal was, adventures she would go on, and I was able to go with her and hang out and, have those memories with her was something that she truly loved and saw the lives that she touched and changed. And even though I was the skeptical kid, I saw the impact she was having on people.
Mm-hmm.
So as I grew up, she moved to Westchester, Pennsylvania, more towards the East Coast. And, I wasn't able to do as many things with her then. I was raising my children here. And just over the years, we'd still touch base, do things. But every year we went to the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. That was our yearly thing. We would come together. My daughter actually started going with us. So it just became, a family thing for us girls that we did every year. And that now that my mother is no longer here, that family has now become my family. And, that's how it all started. And things have just snowballed from there since her passing. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
Nice.
She taught me so many things. She might have not thought she was teaching me things, but seeing the way she respected spirit and the way she conducted herself with people and investigations and how she just loved everybody. Like she wouldn't know you from Adam, even if she, had a running in with you somewhere. She was always on social media here later on. And if she saw you were having a bad day, she was the person to reach out to you just to let you know she was thinking about you. And she hoped, if you needed anything or just somebody to talk to. She was that person for a lot of people.
Yeah. I probably met you there because I've been doing like I said before, I've been doing the Gettysburg Paracon since the second one. The first year they had it, I just went to it, and the next year I had to be part of it. That's it. But then I didn't show my spirit art. I just showed all my equipment and my thing for the Seekers Club of the Paranormal and everything.
Yeah.
So I probably had to run in with her, talking to her and stuff like that with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. This was only our second year vending there. Prior to that, like I said, I had been there every year with Mom. The only year, obviously, we didn't go was COVID. And then 2023 was when she passed away.
Wow.
But we've been there for all of them. And we will continue. As long as it's happening, we will be there.
Yeah, me too. I love that
Beautiful
place.
legacy. I love that generational thing. I have daughters myself.
Yeah.
And my mom has sisters, and I have two sisters. Like it's all girls. So I'm loving what I'm hearing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, it's kind of transgressed into like this has everything that I'm doing and moving forward doing. This has actually become my grief journey. This is how I've been able to turn my personal pain into power. to continue to do good things in the world that she would have done had she still been.
I love that. I love that. It's touching.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
That's
Absolutely
good. It's a
beautiful.
good story. Yes, very nice. I mean, it's really great when
sometimes it bites me in the butt though, because like people don't. The biggest struggle I've been running into is people don't really believe that I really am 1,000,000% honest and my intentions are genuine. They don't think that there's still good-hearted, good-intentioned people in the world. So
I can understand that.
It can tend to be a little bit of an issue. So, but I have no problem proving my words with actions by any means.
Yeah. Trust me, somebody who wears a shirt like this completely understands what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
I do, because I agree with you. Like I have nothing but joy, nothing but good in my heart. And it can be. People sometimes like, they're cynical.
And I just want to help everybody, as many people as I can. Like that's just who I've become. And this is not who I always was. Trust me.
It's your journey.
Through this journey, I don't know. My mom's passing changed me. I think death has its way of, changing each individual differently. And something that was so horrible. And of course, I miss my mother every day. Losing her has made me a better person at the end of the day.
Do you think that she knows that?
Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do.
So do I.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So Anthony's like busy with the comments tonight because I'm on my phone. See, I get to like lay back and relax and talk to Shauna.
I got to do your job, my job. Hey,
yeah.
What's going on
I
here?
kind of like this. Yeah, my computer's broken.
It's like, hey, what's going on here?
How old were you when you first got brought along?
I want to say, well, I became a mother fairly young. I was 20 years old when I had my daughter. So I want to say I probably started actually going adventuring with my mom when I was about 25, 26, just sporadically. And then she had actually started a team, Unique Paranormal One. And I did some things with her. She had a big, huge 3-stage investigation in Kane, Pennsylvania, at a big manor up there. We would go obviously to the bash. She was the type of mom that we'd be just driving and come across a creepy cemetery and we were stopping. Like she was pulling out her Mel meter and her K2 and her dowsing rods. And we were doing this stuff anywhere we could, So, and with that, like, it was just all those little sporadic things. Like we weren't necessarily booking places and going there. We would join other people a lot. She would book some places, but it ended up being like, it wasn't just for her. It was for the community. Anybody who wanted to come and learn or be a part of a paranormal investigation, she always allowed that. So we still do. And like I said, she was, Unique Paranormal One. And when she passed, we decided to continue that on, and Unique Paranormal 1.5 with our slogan of saying that we hope we can be half of the investigator that my mom was.
Oh, wow.
That's wow.
Yeah. So that's where the Unique Paranormal 1.5 comes from.
That's where the 0.5 comes instead of 2.0, the 0.5.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome name too.
It's beautiful.
It's an awesome name of
We love it.
the thing, and it's interesting. You start getting into when you're 26 and, and continuing, 26, sometimes, I started my investigating a lot earlier in life. My son, I tried to get him in at 13, but when he turned 26, now he's a father and everything just becomes,
I mean, like I would see her do these things all the time growing up. I mean, she, did reads for people all the time. It was just like, oh, mom's doing her thing over there. But I actually didn't start participating in things until my mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you start understanding a little more too.
Yes.
Back then you're still in a rebellious state, younger.
Oh yeah, like it was like, I'm not going to hang out with my mom. Like I'm going to go hang out with my friends. Like you don't appreciate those kind of things until you get a little bit older.
Sure.
Yeah, and you're settling down a little bit too. That's awesome that you got into it and you continue it. you know, and you
Absolutely.
continue her legacy also.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean,
it's great.
I believe in all this all together and how people get into it and everything. And you have a great story there with mom, you know, getting you started with that. But how do you know her story? That you know how old was she when she started noticing her abilities?
My mother claimed that she just had abilities her whole life. Unfortunately, and this is where the next journey for us is going. And I know we still need to talk about the DOS house and all of that stuff, but where our journey is going next is because my mother had all of these abilities growing up, but she went through that stage in time where it wasn't accepted, it wasn't recognized. You were crazy and you were medicated. So she had a very rough time with all of that back in the day. For most of her life, she didn't speak up about it. She didn't until she actually had ran into my now paranormal family in Gettysburg, where she felt comfortable and was accepted and acknowledged, and the things that she was going through, you know, was validated for her. And she was a part of a team. The woman's name was Deb. She was more from the East Coast. I'm not really sure what team she was from, but just her getting that validation and not being told that she was crazy her entire life. I mean, it was her friends, her family, everybody. So with that, and seeing that the pain that caused my mom for so many years, we are now trying to put together some type of a platform for people to reach out to, especially young kids. The unalived rate for young individuals that have abilities that are told still that they are crazy and they are medicated. We're trying to establish a platform, whether it's like a roundtable podcast or just an actual something that they can call to reach out to get some help and some guidance and some support to feel and know that that's not the case, and to have someone believe in them.
If you need help with that, I am all for that. So contact me, because I went through that, because I started seeing things as 3 years old, and I came to the same time your mom did, and we weren't allowed to talk about it. And when my first Paracon I went to was the Para Unity in New Jersey. And I went there, and it was like a weight coming off my chest. After all these years, I couldn't talk about it. And it was just like, cause my wife even said when I came back, she goes, you met your peeps, because you're just so, and it was so relaxing and everything, because before that, it was, you know.
You were afraid. You were afraid to say, like,
See, I wasn't afraid, but I had a lot of people commenting and stuff like that. And because I started talking at the age of 13, 14.
More or less bullying you then.
But that's back in the 70s.
Yeah.
But they tried to bully me, but I became a person that fought back and got physical. But
still,
that didn't have to be. Yeah, that didn't have to be.
No. And I lost a lot of friends because people thought, like you said, they thought I was on drugs, or they thought I was making things up. I was crazy, and I've been told all these things through the years. So what your mom went through, I went through. So I understand all that. And when it comes to kids, you can ask Jenny how I am. When kids come up to me, I talk to them, and I try to help them. So if you need any help with that, I'm definitely
I will definitely take you up on that.
Reach out to me, because something like that with children.
I can't recommend him enough for that. I really, and especially he talked to the parents as well. Like when we have kids come to our events who have abilities, he always makes it a point not just to talk to the kids, but to the parents and say, hey, listen, when they talk, believe them. Believe them.
So,
absolutely.
So if anything, if you want to, but it's not about me, it's about you.
Yeah, sorry. No, but I love this idea. Like, let's sit with it a second. Like, I absolutely love this idea. I had no idea. I mean, I don't have abilities, so, of course I don't think like that, but I think it now. And I'll be very conscious of it, when I come across
people. That's what we want this to be, like all different avenues, all different opinions. Like, even though you're open-minded to this, your support also, them understanding that there are people out there that don't necessarily have abilities, but are still going to love and support them and try to understand them.
Right.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Right.
So that's cool.
Awesome.
So you have you know, well, what? Well, we got some time. We got all night long.
We got it. We got all night.
It's
We
only
got
8
time.
p.m. I don't want to
Hey,
answer all
I'm
the
here for
questions and then
We don't have to rush.
end. You know, and at the end of the, we run out of things to ask you. And we're going to sit here saying kumbaya. You know, that's not going to. You know,
I can talk for days. It's fine. This is great. I
Good.
love doing this stuff.
Came to the right place. So can we.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely good talk. But 305, Mr. 305 and 305, Jenny and Armando.
Jenny and Mondo are here.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're saying hello.
Love
I guess
them.
they know.
Absolutely love them.
Yeah,
Good
they
people.
are obviously fond of you as well, which
They
says
are
a lot
great
about
people.
you.
They are
Yeah.
great people. Thank
Because
you.
they're wonderful. Yeah.
I mean, so you've been investigating, since you're 26. So with your mom, and so
Mhm.
some of the locations you go out because you're in Pennsylvania, aren't you?
Well, I'm originally born and raised in Michigan.
Okay.
And I didn't come out to Pennsylvania till about 16 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you're from Michigan. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very
Okay.
nice.
I don't know any of the locations out there that but
Well, yeah, we didn't do any investigating back then. I was 29 when we moved to Pennsylvania. So it was just like the little pit stops at cemeteries and stuff like that. Mom had then moved to Boston. So I would do things in other states with her. And then they ended up, like I said, in Westchester. So we would travel out and about, or just like I said, when we were together, like she was the lady that just pulled over at the cemetery, or like half of a building that's still standing. Like we were going to plunder it and check it out. Like, her when I tell you her mel meter, her K2 and her dowsing rods were with her at all times. They were with her at all times.
Coolest mom
We
ever.
made little jokes that we needed to make her like, because back then they didn't have all this fancy stuff for ghost hunting equipment, right? We told her we were going to modify a tool belt to put all of these little things. And if you ever, you knew my mom, she was 90 pounds soaking wet. She was a little teeny tiny thing. And so, we harassed her every chance that we got.
I love it. She's like paranormal Wonder Woman.
Oh, absolutely.
Back then when you went on investigation, like you said, dowsing rods, everybody in the audience probably knows
the
by
cassette
now.
player, like the big old cassette player.
Oh yeah, the tape player.
That too.
That was my
That's how I
biggest
started.
job, was hitting the buttons and then going back and putting the tape over so we could reuse that tape again.
Turning it over. Yeah.
That was my job.
I love it. I did that.
Me too.
This one made dowsing rods out of coat hangers. So believe me, we've been doing this a long time.
Wire hangers.
I'm surprised she
used to
didn't
go
do
to
that.
cemeteries with wire hangers. And back in the 70s, giving away my age, back in the 70s, I was the coat hangers, the metal coat hangers.
Yeah.
I carried a compass on me. That was my
me too.
Yeah. And I had like everybody in the audience, a 35 millimeter camera.
Yeah.
And I climbed fences into cemeteries because I grew up around 9 cemeteries. So that
Mom was Polaroid only. Polaroid only.
Polaroid, yeah.
Polaroid only. Yeah. Well, back then, it's becoming more popular now, so it's super expensive now.
Very super.
Then,
it's like $5 a picture now.
Yeah, it was comparable
exactly.
to dropping your roll off at the place to get developed. So yeah, that was cool because we could actually see it all right there, then in the action.
You know how many rolls are still left at because I couldn't afford to pick them up, and or rolls that weren't developed because I couldn't afford to develop them. I had like a bag of rolls of stuff. I did get some developed, but back then you didn't know what you're looking at really.
You're sitting on a stash of paranormal evidence, man. What are you thinking?
Yeah, you didn't know, and you had nothing to refer back to, like the TV stations. Like the TV, I mean, I learned some from the TV shows. But you use your own common sense to, when you go out, you pick up other people's techniques, and it just to this day, I don't care how long you've been doing it. Excuse me. To this day, I still learn from other people.
Of course.
100%. Every single time.
You can learn from the newest people that come in.
Absolutely.
Techniques and stuff. So that's what's pretty cool. So I hear somebody.
Oh yeah, we We went there recently, actually. First time ever. About a month ago, we were there. Very
really?
awesome. Very amazing location. Yeah, we were there.
Really?
Yep, just recently.
I've definitely heard of that. And was it amazing? Was it really good? Yeah.
It's definitely, you definitely can never have enough time there. That's for sure. It's incredible. And just, I'm not sure who owns and runs it. It's probably more than one individual. I'm not really sure. But it was probably one of the cleanest facilities I've been in. They really do take care of the building. They preserving the history. Like that's another big part of it. Like I'm big on history and preservation and stuff. So that was really awesome to see that. And there, we got a ton of activity there. So it made it even better. Oh yeah. Yep. So, and it was also awesome because I got to go back and visit some family and stay with my sister.
Oh,
and,
right.
Yeah. Can reconnect with some old friends that they've been watching us for a while. And they're like, hey, can we come with you? And I'm like, absolutely you can, and then we, anybody who's new to it, we give them some little basic information to make sure everybody's at least protected and they have a little bit of knowledge going in because, we all know like, that you just never know. You never know what type of energy is going to be in a place.
Of course.
Banding together and making sure everybody's there for each other for us is always important. Of course, we always try to educate and we're always looking for light and positive energy, but we also acknowledge that there's some not so negative energy out there. Of course, we're not looking for it, but we know the possibility of it showing up on us is there. So we want to make sure everybody's prepared and protected.
Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Always better to do that.
Absolutely.
Always better. Right.
Better safe than sorry, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, what do you call it? The asylums are usually always something there at a certain asylum, every asylum, because there's always something negative that happened there in the past or,
very somber, sad feeling. You just, you can't help but feel just sad.
Yeah. They're a bit unpredictable. I agree with that. Like you don't know what you're going to find there, and you have to deal with them like human beings, right? So like as alive human beings, there were a lot of issues, right? So as as dead human beings, you have a lot of issues as well.
Yeah.
Things don't really change after you pass.
Yeah. Or even the residual energy of what the chaos that could have occurred there, can intentionally be harming as well. I fully believe in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's wild, those kind of places. What was like one of the worst places you've been to,
one of the worst places?
What do you mean by worst? Like
most frightening?
Yeah, pretty much. Something that really you're still thinking about like, wow.
Okay, so there's
your most profound experience. Yeah,
there's two places, and one of the places I have to be biased because it's at the Doss House, and it's not because I own the Doss House, but it's because of what happened there. But the other place, and I can't remember what building it was actually Crescent Sanatorium in prison in Crescent, Pennsylvania.
Massive.
Like I said, I'm getting the chills just thinking about it. There was an incident in one of the lower level buildings. Like I said, I can't remember what building it was. But the hallway, all of the doors were a brown, thick metal. They had just a little flap down door on them. So the team, I think there was 5 or 6 of us that day. We kind of spread out along the hallway. Like it was dark as dark can be. The door, we had gotten the number 22 that it came through the phasma box. And literally about 2 seconds after that, I didn't realize it at the time, but the door diagonally across from me, there was a big bang on the other side of the door. So, naturally I about crapped my pants and hit the floor, and I was, and then there was it was like the whole energy shifted. Some of the teammates had saw some like black figure like things crawling at the other end of the hallway, they were claiming. And when we flashed the flashlight up, it was door 22. So I think it was just that whole atmosphere, the eerie feeling, the being startled like that. And then looking in that room, and there was absolutely nothing in there, absolutely nothing. And it was forceful. Like I had never heard a bang that loud ever. So that was probably my most startling. I was not hesitant to just pack up my crap and get the heck out of there and move on to the next spot. Then there's the Doss house. This is where I actually experienced my very first psychic attack, paranormal attack per se. It was actually in the basement. I still don't really know what this energy is in the basement. I know it doesn't feel very nice. It hasn't hurt any. I don't think it's going to hurt anybody. We just haven't really figured out where it came from, why it's there, what it's doing. But when I was down there, I'd just taken two of my friends. They had never been before. And we went down into the basement. We were doing an SD session. So I was just sitting there participating. And immediately I felt like some pressure on my neck. My vision went like, you know how it looks when you're underwater and you open your eyes? Yeah. And my friend Jay, who was in the room with me, I was just like, I feel like I'm underwater. Like, I don't know what's happening. I'm getting short of breath. And they said my face turned as bright as a red tomato. No. I tried in those moments to like set my personal boundaries and, within myself and demand that this energy back off of me. And it didn't. So I had to immediately get taken out of the house. And within 5 minutes, I was okay. And then we reviewed some live footage from down there. And we later saw that there was an image of a little girl in that space that doesn't look that she just doesn't look like a very nice little girl.
She doesn't look like a nice girl.
Right. So that situation there, I try to avoid the basement at all costs, just because now I actually am fearful of that space. And I know that energy is going to know that I'm fearful of that space. Lots of people can go into that space and there's nothing. But for some reason, and I don't know why that happened to me, I'm not sure what that energy was trying to show me. But it definitely tested my limits for sure. And I actually, was pretty afraid.
No, of course. I mean, you're physically having symptoms.
Physically,
I mean, it's one thing if you see something or hear something, which is
It
terrifying enough.
Vision.
I'm with
the
you on
vision
that.
is what threw me the most. And I was like blinking and rubbing and looking around, and it was just not getting any better. And I'm not diabetic. I'm not I have no, reason medically to have been experiencing anything like that. And then for me to be completely fine within 5 minutes once I was up and outside of the house.
No.
Since you brought up the Doss house, you're the owner. You're one of the owners of the Doss house. You and Danielle.
Yes.
I say it right. See, I say it right, Jen.
You did.
And so, what's the history of that? Do you know the history?
So we know some. Again, this property was bought in honor of my mom. She always wanted to own a haunted location, was never able to. So Danielle made it her personal mission to find one.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we had been looking for about a year. And one day she had said to me, my aunt got a hold of me and I need to go over and pick up my pap's mantle that he built. The house has been abandoned for a couple years now. And he made it, so I would really like to have it. And I said, of course, let's go get it. So, of course, we spend every free day we have driving around trying to find abandoned locations. So we start driving there, and I was like, you have to pull over. I said, I'm going to be sick. So she did, pulled over. I was sick. And we come into this town of Loretto, which amazing. If you are anything into history, this is the town that you would absolutely love. The history in this town is amazing. But as we're driving in, we make it almost through town. I was like, you got to pull over again. I had to be sick again. So we pull up on the curb. So now you have Main Street, and I didn't, I wasn't really paying attention. We pull up on the curb and she's like, okay, we're here. And I turn and I look at this place and I was like, what? Danielle, she's like, what? I was like, this is your grandfather's house. And she said, yes. And I could tell she was kind of feeling a little embarrassed that this was, part of where her family had came from. And I was like, no, I'm not saying that in that regard. I said, this place is haunted as shit. Why didn't you think about this place being what you're looking for, right? And she's like, honestly, I don't know. And I was like, huh. I said, okay, well, I said, what I'm feeling right now, I said, let's get the mantle and we're probably going to have to go fairly quickly. So we did. We went inside, and her Aunt Teresa had showed up about 10 minutes behind us to let us in, and we were in there. And mind you, this entire place was hoarded out. It had been sitting empty for about 3 years now. And I'm sure you guys have seen, I'm hoping you guys have seen some pictures of it. But yeah, we just, and it was like, you know, and Danielle does have some abilities as well. And she's like, wow, she's like, there is a lot of energy in here. She's like, I never even thought of this. So we got talking to her aunt and told her what our idea was and what we were looking for and all of these things. And, you know, of course, Teresa was absolutely willing to sell it. And Danielle was like, I want to buy it. And I was like, whoa. Like, yeah, it's awesome. The feels are here, but we need to investigate it. We need to actually make sure there is going to be some, you know, activity here, that, because if not, it's defeating the purpose of us doing this in honor of my mom. So she agreed, and our aunt let us in there. And when I tell you that first night, so we had me, Danielle, my best friend, Beth, my daughter, Chloe, and Beth's husband, Brent, who is the biggest skeptic that there is on the planet. So we always try to bring him along when we can, because he's like our debunking king. Okay.
Yeah, those are the best people to bring.
Absolutely. So we're, you know, making our way through all of these things, and we're getting ready to set up some stuff in the living room, like opening garbage bags. So we have a clean space to sit on. And in the moment of that, we hear this noise. Now, mind you, we're in the original part of this place that was built in 1810. And the basement that I had that attack is right under our feet. We hear a bang so loud, it literally sounded like a shotgun went off down there. And the floor rose. I could see Danielle in my peripheral rise up a little bit, and everybody froze and looked, and Brent jumped up, and him and Danielle ran out and around the house, because he thought somebody was in the basement, because the house had been empty for so long, or, you know, vacant for so long.
You think it's somebody
At this time, you could not get down the basement steps because, like I said, everything was hoarded out. So they went around the house quickly, opened the back door. That first part of the basement that you went into was hoarded out. They had to climb up and over some things to get to that back basement. And to their surprise, there was absolutely not a single thing in that room. Nothing.
No animals, no people, nothing.
Nothing. He went in there. He checked every log, every beam, because it was originally made of logs. Yeah. Everything. He could not find anything. We also continuously heard from a young woman named Elizabeth. I'm not sure what I can say on here, but she said I mean, you can bleep me out later, or I guess you can't, because this is live.
No, you can swear. Is that what you're going to say?
Well, like her being hung, is that okay to, I mean, I said it now.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, not the S word, but.
That kept coming across. She kept saying, you know, SA consistently, and hung. So we were just like, and Elizabeth kept, and that's very common. It's very common. Yeah, a very common name. So we didn't really think a whole lot of it, but it was every single room that we went to in that place that night. As we were leaving, my daughter starts flipping out from the back seat. She had found an article of a woman. I can't remember her name right at this moment, but her first name was Elizabeth something. This had occurred in 1963, and 3 gentlemen had abducted her, did all of these things to her, and left her hung over a door in Loretto. And she is now buried in the very next town over. So that was the icing on the cake for me. And I was like, okay, yep, this was meant to be. My mom preached divine order. I was living in St. Mary's, Pennsylvania, when I met Danielle. The house is on St. Mary's Road. We met for our very first date at Prince Gallitzin State Park. This town was founded by Prince Gallitzin, and he's buried right across the street. Like all of these things interweaving with each other just made us feel like this was how this was supposed to go. And for the first year that the Doss house was open, of course, obviously we went in there, got some dumpsters, purchased the place. You know, we had to put heat in there and get the running water going, fix the roof. But we tried to keep the inside of the house as original as possible. We went through as much as we could to keep as many original things to the house that we could. And we have no intention of ever changing that unless we absolutely have to. Like, we found the barber's actual clippers and scissors, his mirror, some things from doctors with history. We found that the original structure, the living room and old basement, was the first structure built in this town in 1810. Prince Gallitzin came over in 1799, pushed out 4 Native American tribes, and claimed this land as his own. He then in 1916, so he built this little cabin, or 1816, I'm sorry, is when he started plotting the land to build homes. So we believe this original building was like the meeting house where they were making all of their plans, where he was staying while his church was being built. And then later, you know, obviously not long after, he had his big own house over there by his church. And then Schwab, the man of steel, Charles Schwab, came into the area. He built his mansion at the opposite end of town, where it has the Mount Assisi Sunken Gardens. Beautiful, beautiful place. The monks still live up there. Then we have the church, which is now a minor basilica. Absolutely incredible. The Pope was there, I believe, in 94 when he deemed it a minor basilica. A big tomb out front with a full statue of Prince Gallitzin, and his tomb is there, and you can actually go down in to where his final resting place is.
Cool.
So yeah, that and like I said, like for the first year, we disclosed that Danielle had anything to do with the house. We wanted the Doss house to build a name for itself. Before we openly were saying, you know, that Doss was Danielle's grandfather, like, because we all know how this field can be. We didn't, you know, lie about that, or we just disclosed it. We just didn't talk about it.
That makes sense.
We wanted people to go in there blindly without any influence, any interpretation, and let the house speak directly to them, so everything could be real and valid.
So smart. So smart.
Yeah. So that we're coming up on our 1 year. We opened it up on Halloween last year, and we have some of my mom's closest friends coming this Halloween for a big celebration, and we're ecstatic. It has been one heck of a ride, I'm telling you.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
I got a question for you. I know that you said the woman was hung there. When you were talking about that, I visioned a redheaded woman with green eyes being abducted and
really
hung there.
That is possible. I do not know what this woman looked like. I will pull that article back up and see if I can find something, and I will 100% let you know.
What I see is like long, straight red hair, green eyes, and she does look Irish to me, like an Irish type with the skin and freckles and stuff like that, you know. And she was young, and I see her like in a white shroud, like, you know, like a long, like white gown. I don't know, like a long shirt or something like that. It goes down to her feet.
Yeah,
like
draw it, Anthony.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing good things about that. But you know, you did
the
get a little.
wasn't pleasant. Yeah, the article wasn't.
Well, what I see is a redheaded woman with green eyes.
I will definitely check that out.
Like Irish or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but that's interesting. That's great stuff. I mean, you have the old part of the house, and it's like 1810.
Yeah. So you have
that's all.
Yeah. So you have the living room and basement, 1810, and the little lofted upstairs bedroom. The dining room was late 1800s, has since had to be, you know, a new foundation put on it and the building raised up because it was literally falling off the back of the house. So when you go there, it will look like it's a newer part of the building, but it's actually not because they had to put a new part of it up. So then that was late 1800s. And then the early 1900s, the kitchen area was built on. And then it wasn't until the mid 1900s that the barbershop was built, when Doss and his family purchased the property. I believe that was in 1943. And it was a couple years later that he built the barbershop there. It originally was not connected to the house. It was its own entity. Because, you know, a barber, that wasn't the man's spot. Like it was his business. It was, you know, not a part of the family home and the children and all of that. But later on, so Doss had passed away in 1983 in the living room there. And a few, I can't remember what year Marjorie fell ill, but she did. She became bedridden. And that's when her children attached the two buildings together and put her bed and everything over in the barber shop. It was just easier for her to care for her there. That's where the running water, the first toilet, they put in a roll-in shower over there for her. And that's where she had spent her final days.
Oh, wow. And Danielle's grandparents lived in this house too?
Yeah. So Doss the barber, that is her grandfather.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They bought the property in 1943. But then prior to that, like I said, Prince Gallitzin had it in the beginning. Then it went to Dr. Pfaff, who was the town's undertaker. Then it went to 3 women by the first name of Mary. It very odd that the deed to the home went into a woman's name back then. Yeah. We haven't been able to figure that out. And then a Dr. Leo T. Little. He was registered as a dentist, but we all know back then a dentist was also the doctor. He traveled from town to town in this area, providing those services. And then in 1943, Doss purchased it, and his family was the last, obviously, to own it. So yeah, like 200 plus years of history there.
Yes.
There's it's just kind of been, and the best way I can explain it to everybody is it's literally like an onion. Every time somebody goes there, a new layer of something comes out.
I have to come. We have to go. I mean, I have to go because you just said Mary. When I was thinking about the woman stuff, name Mary kept on coming up. Mary.
Really?
And I didn't say anything because you said the name was Elizabeth. But I'm not saying it now because you said it.
There is several names. There are several things that people have proclaimed that are there. I can, the things that and names and people that we have experienced there. I will tell you this. The coolest thing for me, I mean, outside of that, my mother is there and I get to feel super connected to her. And this house has now become a place for Danielle and I to both honor our past loved ones. Is just in creating this space. Like I said, 80% of what is in there is original to the house. The other 20% is gifts people have brought and left, or things that Danielle has seen that remind her of somebody. And some of my mother's items are in there. But the bed upstairs, there is a bed upstairs that obviously was not there. Danielle had just been looking around on Marketplace, looking for an old antique bed, and she came across this one, and she went and picked it up, and it was a young kid who had just inherited his grandfather's estate. And, she got chit-chatting with him a little bit, telling him where it was going. And he was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I'll have to come check it out. And so she brings this bed home, and, we get it in the mattress cover, and we get everything set up, and everything's great. And the next time we investigate there, we're getting tons of activity off of this bed. Oh. And we're like, and then more groups are getting the same information off of this bed, and more groups and more groups. And we had a gentleman who slept in the bed, who had a vision of what this person who was attached to this bed, what their property looked like. So with putting all of this information together, I told Danielle, I said, Danielle, you have to reach back out to that kid that you got that bed. He was on board. He said he was excited. I said, he'll either give you the answers or he won't. It doesn't hurt to try. And when she did, she came back to me. She said, you're never going to believe this. She's like, but everything everyone has gotten from that bed is 100% true. The name, the way this gentleman passed away, the way his property looked, who was with him when he passed away. Like, it was absolutely incredible. Absolutely. And it was even more incredible that several groups experienced the same things that we did.
I'm going to draw you a picture of the woman I see.
Yes, do that.
You have to.
Absolutely.
I'll send it to you and see what put it, if you want to put it aside, and then see what happens from there.
Absolutely. Several women in there, several. And there is a woman, a lot of people see her. She's like in a long black flowy dress. And they like, she's not mean or anything, but she's just very stern. Like, she's just keeping people in line, and she's watching and making sure everybody's, doing what they're supposed to be doing. There has been several people that have seen her or sensed her in there, and everybody believes her name also is Mary.
And she's part of the funeral home.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's part of the funeral home. That's why I feel because you just said black and stuff. But I think she's part of the funeral home, probably getting everybody in order and everything to set up,
Yeah.
in the funeral
Maybe.
parlor.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Could be. Yeah.
yeah. I'm not trying to.
I'm telling you, the sky is the limit at this place.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Yeah. I mean, with all those items, I mean, in a bed, so much energy with a bed. I mean,
Yeah. I
think
never
about it.
would have thought.
Right? You don't think about that, like something.
No.
But yeah, of all pieces of furniture, I mean, you're there every night,
When
right?
you buy anything antique, there's always could be something attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
I said,
It could be almost anything. It could be the
Yeah.
smallest thing. There might be something attached to it.
Yeah.
From a ring to a guitar to anything
Oh.
that is personal to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
A bed. What do you spend all your time?
Mm-hmm.
Every day, every night. What do you do?
Yeah,
Go to bed.
exactly. Yeah.
So you don't think about that. Like the staircase is always
Right.
busy with spirits. You always see a woman in white, whatever, in the staircase. You see people standing in the kitchen. Those are the main things in the house that spirits would be attached to.
Absolutely.
And a bed is, I would say, one of the objects. I didn't even think about a bed until after you guys mentioned it. You know, but that's interesting.
So many things. You definitely need to come out. Definitely.
For sure. Anthony's like getting the car ready right
have
now.
to say,
We're going to be there soon.
Yeah, like I have to say, like just having the Doss house, I mean, it has spoiled us. It has spoiled us because it's always so much happening there for us. And you go to some other places that you've gone to your whole life and you're like super excited if you get a hit on a REM pod, like it's a celebration, right? Like, and it's nonstop at the Doss house. So
awesome.
it's made it cool because then when we do go to these places, you really have to work for that. It makes it even more special. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love everything.
When you have a place like yours, when you go to those other places, there's things going to happen where everybody else might not realize it, but it's in your head already. You experience from your location, so you'll be open to more things that may happen at a location.
And it does. It challenges you to try all these different things, to try to get, use your intuition more, use that little digital recorder more, just sitting in silence more. So I love it. Hands down.
I always said that the intuition is your best piece of tool for paranormal investigating. Go what you're feeling. You don't need all these electronics. You don't need everything. Just go what you feel, and you'll. I mean, that's. I always say that's your best piece of tool when you go.
Well, and a big part of this has been commercialized. You give people now that they rely on this for a big part of their income now, and so they. You got to do what you got to do to get the views and get the people involved and do all of these things, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Because me personally, if I have somebody who's like hooting and hollering and doing all these crazy things where I just have somebody sitting in the dark, little less likely to hang out with them for the whole duration and not fall asleep,
Right.
So, but it teaches you all, like you said, you're learning from everybody all the time.
Yeah, it's you have to, like I said, I'm open to everything, but I'm one of those people just rather sit in the dark and absorb what's coming in than somebody sitting there with a rampart or one of those bells or some kind of lights or whatever. Because everybody out there wants, because that's what they see on the TV shows. It's all I call it the bells and whistles. Because everybody's like, oh, look, the lights go. But if you're sitting there, you don't realize, just be quiet.
Yeah.
Listen.
There are tons of audibles at the Doss house. Tons. It's a great place.
Yeah. But more importantly, do what works for you, right? Like, I mean, if that's what works for you, everyone has a piece of equipment or intuition, whatever it is that works for them, and I don't judge.
Or they have nothing and they just want to go check out a cool old creepy place.
Yes. Or maybe you just have a mel meter, like Kim, our fellow host, who's on a break for the summer. She works with just a mel meter. And her psychic abilities, and that's all she holds ever, and that's a piece of equipment she connects with. So absolutely, And same with me. I have one piece of equipment I connect with, and everybody who watches knows what it is, that I'm a big digital recorder person.
There you go.
I have about 10 and I use them all.
Awesome. I love
Yeah.
that for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's what I relate to. It's what
Absolutely.
I connect with.
It's
So
each is their own. Everybody has their own thing. It's just,
and
you
we
know?
come together, and we come
Mhm.
together. That's the whole idea.
That's what
Absolutely.
it's all about. You sent me some pictures I want to show you.
Oh, good, good. I was
Yeah.
hoping.
And this is you and
That's
You're-
yep, that's me and Danielle.
and you and Danielle, and you're at, she's the other owner
Mm-hmm.
of the place, and that's her grandfather owned the building. Well, he lived there.
Correct.
Okay.
He was the barber.
He's the barber.
Yes.
Okay. And I see you got the creep.
What does it say? Creep
That's
it real?
for our Creep It Real festival.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we can talk about that after you show the little slideys here.
Yeah. Also, you sent me a thing with a tombstone. I'm not sure. Is that?
This is Doss's grave. We're literally right across the street at the church cemetery, right across the street from the Doss house.
Oh, so this is a Doss's grave.
Wait,
Correct.
there's a cemetery right across the street.
Wow.
Yes. When you're standing at the front door of the Doss house and you look straight out and to the right, you will see the basilica. Right in front of the basilica is Prince Gallitzin's tomb, and right to the right of that is the cemetery.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everything is literally, you can see that. You can see Schwab Estates, and the Doss house sits right in the middle of the both of them.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
You also have a book. Jenny.
Yeah.
Jenny's the reader.
I love to read. Oh, forget it. I'm reading that. If I had it, I wouldn't be sleeping tonight.
Anybody in the audience who has any, how can they get this book if they need to?
How can I get this book?
It's not a
ASAP?
book. It's definitely not a book. I'm not that talented. It's just our logo for the Doss house.
Oh,
really?
okay.
Sorry to
All
get
right.
you so excited, Jenny.
I was like, how did I miss that? Okay, because I read
Okay.
everything.
It's
Not
like,
yet, but don't be surprised if one happens.
There we go. Okay, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
no logo.
This is just our memoriam page for my mom, resembling
I
her
love
standing out
it.
front looking at the house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who made that?
My daughter, Chloe, she does a lot of our stuff like that. She lives in Oklahoma, so her participating in a lot of our socials and our flyers helps her be able to be involved
How nice.
with doing this stuff to honor her grandma.
Okay.
Young people are so talented.
Mhm. Yeah.
This is
I love it.
this is the memorial.
Yeah, so this is basically kind of like my media kit. I've started going to quite a few events and actually guest speaking there, kind of just, sharing my story and how I've, turned my grief into a journey of positivity and, bringing the community together and doing things in a positive way.
So this
Yeah.
is good. That's interesting.
Yep.
I just want to make sure everything you send me, I will see before, because we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
It's like, but I mean, the house sounds awesome, and I definitely got to get out there. And the creep it.
Yeah, the
Creep It
Creep It Real Festival.
I love it.
My wife actually was not very fond of this idea.
Okay.
Why not?
She I don't know. She's not a very big people person. She doesn't really like big crowds of people. She doesn't have to feel like she has to entertain. She just likes to do her thing and hang out where people are hanging out,
Yeah.
And she knew this was going to take a lot of my time to put this together because she knew
Oh, yeah.
if in honor of my mom, I was going to make sure it was as perfect as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work anyway. It's just a lot of work.
Absolutely. So it was just a small idea of just creating a small little festival within Loretto of, promoting and helping local businesses to come out. We had some young individuals that were starting to do 3D printing things, but, they have some delays where they can't get a job, or you have people that, this is their hobby and they want to share their craft with people. My mother was all about community support, bringing people together to create a positive space. So that was the whole idea behind this, not just paranormal, but the other side of the good deeds that my mom did too. So, naming it Creep It Real kind of kept it a little bit paranormal, but it was an event for everybody, an entire family. It was important to me. It's free. It's completely free for you to come.
Nice.
And, just a day of community. So that's what it started off as. As it started getting, people started learning about it. More and more people wanted to be a part of it. So by the end of the day, we ended up with Patty Negri came out to it. We had Heather Matarazzo, an actress. She played in Scream and The Princess Diaries. We had Santiago Cirillo from The Walking Dead and Haya Nation. Amazing. My mother was very close with him. We had the Blue Bodie came out. Like, it just turned into this big, huge, amazing day. Some of my mom's closest friends, Ernie Atwell, amazing human, one of our closest friends.
Ernie's a great guy.
Yes,
very good.
We adore Ernie. He's family. So yeah, it just kept building and building. Then we had gotten to the point. Now, mind you, Loretto is a very Catholic town. We felt like they were going to give us some pushback, and they did. So in order to prevent that, in January, I started going to all of their monthly board meetings just to let them know who I was and what I stood for and what I was trying to accomplish, and 1,000,000% transparent, like I always am. I continued to go, to the next month. Then they were like, okay, well, we just want to see what you're doing. We had already rented the hall, their community center. Paid our deposit, all of these things, told them everything as well. So then the board asked for me to present who's going to be there and all of these things. Still no problems, no issues. I continued to go month after month while I'm developing this festival. And 31 days before the festival, they canceled us. Devastating, absolutely devastating. And the reason that the mayor gave us that the college came back to us with was because we had made a proposition to hold a parade in the town to honor hometown heroes, which obviously we all know what that is. Firemen, police department.
Yeah.
And for children to walk in the parade as their favorite superhero or princess. And all of the proceeds of that festival would be donated to the Loretto Police Department, because in one of these meetings, I heard him express that the car he was driving needed some updates, but they just didn't have it in the budget, right? So I propositioned them with this idea, and that 100% of the funds would go to their town. They then asked the college, which St. Francis University is in this town. My daughter graduated from there. And just to ask if we could line the parade up on one of their side roads. That was the day everything tanked to the ground. They said that they would in no way, shape, or form support demon chasers, was their response to the mayor.
Oh boy.
So then,
Jenny, you're sideways.
I know what happened. You're right
sorry.
there. What is going on tonight?
While you fix that, I'm sorry.
What is going on tonight?
So it turned into that. They canceled our event without notice. So that then had me go, I then was scrambling. I'm like, what, we have airline tickets and all of these things. And, panic struck. And a good friend of mine, Ryan, with Paranormal Theory, reached out to me and said, hey, why don't you get a hold of Dave at the Old Stone Jail in Ebensburg? And I was like, I thought about it, but there's a host team there, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I'm just not like that. And he's like, let me get a hold of them, let them know what's going on. So he got me a meeting, and I went over, and they were on board. And he said, absolutely, we love the cause of what you're trying to do, and we do believe in you, and 100% we will support you in this event. And so we moved it there, and it was beyond what it ever could have been. This event in an old stone jail with the vendors got to set up in old jail cells, and it was just an incredible experience.
Cool.
It was so successful. Lots of our guests said it was, one of the most organized, well put together things. So it was incredible. It was absolutely amazing. And so we have decided we're going to do it again.
That's awesome. Same place. When is it going to be?
I'm interested to be part of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We would love to have you. Absolutely. It is going to be June 20th.
Oh, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday is right there, June 25th, so we can celebrate
there
together.
You go. Absolutely.
20th.
And we do.
It can
we
be like a
incorporate
birthday trip. We can have cake. We can have a big cake.
Figure that one out.
Who
June
doesn't
26th is my anniversary, so I got to figure something out there.
Yeah. Come on.
It's going to be 34 years. So we'll see. We'll figure that out. I definitely want to be part of it. So.
Well, we'll have to go it's the week before, I believe, because your anniversary is the 26th. So,
Oh, yeah, you're golden. You'll be good. So, yeah, and we incorporate the DOS house into all of this.
Yeah. You know, you women, when it comes to anniversaries.
Yeah.
I got to take the whole
I'll talk to her.
Jenny will take care of it. Jenny will take care of it.
I got this.
So, yeah, and we incorporate both places. So we have the vending event all day on Saturday at the jail from 11 to 7. Friday night, we have private things with some of our celebrity guests over at the DOS House Friday. And then again on Saturday night, and then also at the jail, different events, Friday night at the jail and Saturday night at the jail. So there's always something going on for everybody. We do tons of giveaways. We don't do basket raffles. We just take in donations and we let people win things. We are this year going to actually use a charity of choice, which is Santiago's Haya Nation for veterans and anti-bullying. And his foundation is an incredible thing. I believe in it 1,000,000%. And so we will use that as a charity for people to donate to this year. And yeah, it's just going to be awesome. We're super excited.
So it's still a free event and people can donate to his
100% free. Yes, 100% free.
Which is I think you do better that way and people are generous. I feel people are very generous.
Yes. Well, in this field. You know, community is community, no matter what level, level you're at. And there are more people than some want to believe that just can't afford to do things like that.
No,
and I want this to be a space that everybody can come. And we created there's a kids area with bubbles and coloring and, tons of free things for them to enjoy. They can take little pictures around and have, all the guests sign them if they want to. And, it's just, it turned out amazing and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah. When you brought up Ernie before, and you brought up kids, I know he runs that thing, one of the people that runs the kids and stuff.
Totally.
So, and all those people you brought up before, Patty and all that. I just see them at the main Paracon. You guys should get up there next year.
Pam and Steve Berry in the historic 1912 Hoover House. That was my mother's favorite place on the planet. That is my family away from home. They have helped me so much. They are amazing people. They're always there for me.
Guess where we're going to be on Halloween?
We're going to be Halloween night.
The Hoover House.
Yay!
We're going to be there on the November 1st
as well.
Weekend.
Oh,
the 31st
awesome.
and the 1st.
Are they having a tattoo party or something? I think Jim Houston was telling me.
When?
Maybe it's the weekend before. I'm not sure. But don't be upset because I stole Jim, Jen, Bob, and Mike for Friday night. They're all coming up to the Dawson.
Oh, no worries. We have the Parajam at the orphanage on the 1st. So
we're going to be at that too also.
We were going to be a part of that.
Parajam in the morning, and then we're going to be we have people coming to meet us. To
investigate.
To meet us to investigate that night at
the Hoover House.
November 1st.
Yeah. That's right. You asked me if I wanted a room. Was that you that asked me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was him.
Pam asked me, I got somebody that might want to come, and I'll give you the information. So that's why I sent out to you guys.
Yeah, because prior to that, until I got Jim and everybody to come up and do table tipping and stuff for the 1-year anniversary at the DOS, because we're coming down that way Sunday to go to the lodge, the Rainworth Lodge.
Oh,
so I was like, we can stay the night at the Hoover House on Saturday, and then we can hit Rainworth. And then she's like, we have an event. And I was like, let me talk to Danielle. And then Jen and Jim and everybody's coming down. So we're just going to hang out.
It's such a busy time. I mean, there's so many things that I've been like, I can't go. It's, it's so much stuff.
Yeah, that time of year is very hard for people that in the paranormal. Start coming through.
And there's always so many things going on all over the place that You
Well,
try to catch as many as you can.
Well, next time. And
Absolutely.
And June 20th, I wrote it down in big letters.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Keep
I'll
it
definitely
real.
want to get that. Get you this year.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know.
I love it.
I mean, I've been trying to get as much podcasts and now. I mean, the Paracons as much as we could get into. You know, I'm pushing my art now. I'm pushing my spirit art. You know, I used to push all my investigation stuff and everything and talk to people, but now I'm pushing my spirit art and it's turning out. So
it's going so well. Don't let him be humble. It's going amazing. I can't wait for him to get to the DOS
will
house.
Keep you successful, though.
Yes, humility will, but I want everyone to know how good it is. And when he comes to the DOS house, I can't wait to see what he draws.
All right.
He's already drawing. Hasn't even been there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna send you that picture and see what happens.
Do you do like sketch gallery reads and stuff like that yet?
I haven't done that. I mean, because I just started showing my stuff about 3 years ago.
Okay.
He was like 2.
Remember, I come from an era like your mom, like where everybody condemned you and stuff. So I didn't really show my stuff because I thought it was my own thing. And I 3 years ago, I was asked to be part of a spirit art thing with Richard Marshalla. And that's how I started showing my stuff. And people seem to like it. So I'm starting to push it more and more. And
well, when you come up, we would absolutely love to be a part of that if you would let us.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm open to work with everybody. I mean, I wish you guys were coming to the Hoover House with us. That would have been cool too.
I know. Yeah. Well, we are. If you guys are still there on Sunday, I plan on stopping in on our way to Rainsworth. So if you're still there, we'll see you.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will be.
Pam kicks us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to Pam.
She would never.
No, she would, but she would after a while.
I mean,
speak for yourself. She's not kicking me out. She's kicking you out.
She's already thought about making a big breakfast for us and everything. I like, this is going to be
I'm
awesome.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Breakfast are so good. Oh,
oh yeah. I can't wait.
It's my first time being there. All the years I know them and everything. And I've been invited quite a few times and always around something. I was like, So this time I said, we're just going to book it and just
do it.
You live for Pam's breakfast when you were staying at the Hoover House.
Oh, that's we finally got to food. Usually we get to food a lot earlier on this podcast. Yeah. But we finally got to food. Usually it's like in the first 20 minutes we get to food.
Food. Yeah. Everything's better with food, right?
It's everything.
The only thing I invested in that ever grew was my stomach. So
stop.
Same.
Yeah, my money doesn't go nowhere, but for here now, it's like, you put anywhere else.
I'm excited for cake in June already.
I know.
This is one of my favorites here.
Right.
We got a drink.
Yes. Oh, there we go. See, now we also have a drinking game on this podcast. When someone says cannoli, we drink.
Oh, okay.
Cannoli. Yeah,
it may be water. It may be water or coffee that we're drinking, but we do have a drinking game. Cannoli. Perfect. Thank you, Mary Beth. Mary Beth's here. I did not expect her tonight. I'm happy that she's here.
She said she was here before and everything. So, I'm sorry, everybody, if I didn't get to your messages in the audience.
It's my fault. It's entirely my fault.
Blame her. That
I had like the night off tonight.
Right under the bus, Jenny. Right under the bus you go.
I don't care. It's nice. I got the night off.
I'm working both.
I get to just talk to Shauna. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you got the night off.
This is nice.
Just talk and hang out. Hey, that's what it's all about. But yeah, the house sounds awesome, and let's get back to the house because that's what
I know. I want to know about the actual house. Like, and you were talking about, there's a kitchen that's newer. There's how many? There's 2 floors and then a basement.
There's 2 floors and then a basement.
Okay.
So when you walk in the front door, so like the building is elongated. So I should have sent Anthony a picture of that. So right to the left is the original structure. So when you walk in that front door, that is the living room. Directly underneath you is what we call the old basement, because it still has all the old brick, and that's where we find crazy
The
things.
original foundation, you mean?
Yeah. And then while you're standing at the front door, you continue forward, and then there's a doorway, and that leads you to the dining room. The dining room, which was built next, and then to the left is the staircase that goes up behind you. There is one large bedroom up there, but of course, like the ceilings are like all slanted in.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's a small little tiny room right at the top of the stairs. Now, originally this wasn't like, it is set up for like a children's room right now, but originally it was not a bedroom of any sorts. It was the original washroom to the house. They would boil the water. They would take them up to the washroom with the wash sink, and the tub. And that's where they would bath because there was no running water. So they used that space as the washroom. And the bedroom, obviously, Doss, his wife, and 6 children slept on the floor in there. Later on,
So,
later
on, 6 children. How many boys? How many girls?
Who? 2 boys.
Okay.
4 girls, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
2 boys, 4 girls, I believe.
That's a lot of kids.
So and then we obviously later on, when then running water came into place, they eliminated that space to down on that kitchen area where they had running water in that kitchen area. And then they made that washroom extra space for children to stay in there.
It's asleep on
Right. So, and it's
that's so crowded.
It is very, very small, but back then it was sun comes up, kids outside, sun goes down, kids inside. So, and then, like I said, then it was the kitchen, which is just, so when you're at that dining room, you have the dining room in front of you, stairs over here, and then to the right, there's a little breezeway, and then that's the kitchen. It's like more elongated, rectangular, and then just beyond that is the ramp that takes you up and into the barber shop, where the bathroom is, the actual toilet, running water, the shower that they had put in there for Marjorie. We did rip that out when we bought the house. But you do still have a full functioning bathroom. We got heat in there. All the water's working again. Roof is fixed. She's good to go.
I love that you mentioned that because that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Huh?
You had me when you said you have a bathroom.
I know, right? Because it's like a big deal in paranormal investigation. Like, is there heat? Oh my gosh, awesome.
The bathroom and heat was number one to us. And coffee.
The bathroom's only
hello. It's like she knows me. It's like she knows
so we keep drinks in there for everybody, water, energy drinks, unlimited coffee is in there for you, snacks if you need anything, like feminine products in the bathroom, because we know
me unlimited coffee. But I don't care about heat, just the coffee. Bathroom coffee. That's all I care about.
We usually bring our own stuff also, so we always have a snack.
Yeah.
Because we believe in that.
We bring cannoli.
When you go on investigation, definitely cannolis.
Yeah.
We do.
We do. Always.
When investigation, in the middle of the night, you're still investigating. You need that little bit of sugar to just get you kicked to start up.
You need it. Shauna, you need it, is what he
need
said.
It.
You need it. That's Dr. Anthony. You need a little bit of sugar.
You need the cannoli.
Cannolis. Yeah, we didn't drink.
Oh,
I did.
Oh,
we did it 5 times.
I did. Well, maybe not 5 times, but I did.
No, it's okay. I mean, if we had a drinking regular drinks, we'd be half.
Can you imagine?
You know?
Can you imagine? We'd be pretty trashed at this point.
We'd be.
That's right. So
bobbing and weaving.
The kitchen. There was a built-in kitchen back in 1810, or was it outdoor? Because they used to have summer kitchen.
That's new, right?
It was outdoor then. This kitchen wasn't put on until I think it was right before Doss bought it, so it was probably in the 30s.
Oh wow! So there was an outdoor kitchen area. Like a summer kitchen, they called it.
So when you are in the old part of the basement, you can see like where the old outdoor mantle area used to be.
Okay.
And it's actually like it's a pretty hot spot area there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So that was there. It's around back on the far right side of the house. Mm-hmm. You just see like what's left of what was there.
how much land you have around. So if you go there, you could actually investigate on the land also around the place.
You can. So like I said, it's right in the center of town, so it's on a lot.
Oh, okay.
But it does have a little bit of a backyard. There's this mystery mound there that people are getting tons of energy off of it. And then just as you get to the back side of the hill, the back part of the property along the road belongs to somebody else. So
and there's noise, right? Like, I mean, it's noisy to investigate.
Occasionally, but not really. This is actually very a quiet town. The only time you usually get some noise is later on a Sunday night when the college kids are stumbling back from the other end of town from their parties. But usually once they then, make it inside, it's pretty quiet.
Okay.
Do people try to get in there when you guys are not there?
They do not. We have security cameras visible and everywhere.
Okay.
So, I mean, knock on wood, we haven't had any issues whatsoever.
Good.
Okay.
I know a lot of places that were abandoned for years, and after you start getting it all set up and everything, you always have people trying to get in it for the years.
Yeah, I think because of who the family was that owned it was predominantly known in that area, and he was respected. I don't think anybody was gonna do anything.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But that happens at people's locations that they own. I mean, we know this to happen at the Hinsdale House and places like that. So I have a question as
out there in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we've had people come down while we've been there. And I always said, like, I'm good staying here by myself, but what I'm scared of is the people, the teenagers or whatever. People. Like, I'm not blaming teenagers, but it has been teenagers the last few times that come down and they're like, can we come in? And I'm like, if I'm there by myself, I don't feel so great. The ghosts, I'm good with. But I have a question as an owner. Like, I have a lot of questions as someone who owns a house like that. Because, I know people who have just started, owning a house, right? How do you feel about the camera? We talked to Ed recently at Sweet Home Estates. Like, how do you feel about the camera trend? Like, keeping cameras on 24/7?
We do not do that. We do not keep the cameras on 24/7. What we do, the system that we have is activated by noise and sound, like movement and sound.
But for security, not for paranormal.
Right. Like, so first, just for both, So in general, when no one's there, it's, as soon as, sound or motion is detected, the alarm's going off.
Oh, cool.
We get a lot of little rice burner cars that come cruising through the town, and I'm getting an alarm that all the sound, detection's going off. But what's cool is when groups are in there, because this service, like, you buy the system and you don't pay any fees, like no monthly fees. So what's cool is as long as there is a group in a room actively investigating, those cameras are recording the whole time consistently. The only time it is not recording is if there is no sound and no motion. And now, because of the size of the DOS house, most rooms are detecting sound while there's a group inside. So which then is awesome, because then I can go back, pull footage for people, validate, invalidate. Okay, this went off that,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So that's how we're doing that. And we don't have to charge anything extra because we're not paying anything. So we have no
really cool
doing it. Yeah.
I love that. I use a body camera not only to capture things, but it's not great. Doesn't go very far, the light and everything. But I love it for my digital recorder because I can hear someone says a name and I'm like, did I say that? Kind of thing. Well, I can go back and look at someone talking, see if anybody was talking or hear myself talking. And it's great. Like if you hear nobody else talking on my body camera and yet it comes out the digital recorder, it's like, that's happened to me so many times. I'm like, that's gotta be one of us. And I can go back and check and it's not.
And it wasn't. That's an awesome method. I love that.
So you can do the same thing. Like if you really have something come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that double verification.
Yeah. I love it.
That's very cool.
I'm a camera person. That's what I do.
Yes, he is.
I get cameras. I got the camera here. I got body cam front and back with people making faces at me.
People. Who does that? Who would do that?
I don't know.
I love that for you, but I don't have that kind of time to go back and review all of that.
No, who does?
Yeah. Well,
he's got stuff from 1978 that he hasn't reviewed yet. Remember, he told you with the
Oh,
cameras.
the film.
Trust
The
me.
film.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I do wear the body camera, but
Mhm.
I do sort of speed through it. I'm with
The
you.
most we do now, obviously, is when we're in there. We have the cameras if we need to validate something, but otherwise, we're usually
It's-
live on some sort of platform. So we at
Oh,
least
nice.
have some type of video while we're in these places. Because it's just, I don't like dragging a big old camera around and worrying about swapping batteries. And I want to enjoy my time there. And, you
Yep.
know, so we usually just keep a live running, and then we review the lives with the community later on, and it's awesome. That's I do that every Wednesday night on TikTok. We throw up the last place we investigated, and we all review the footage together.
I love it.
Well, that's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very good
Hey,
idea.
the more eyes, the better. That's how I look at it.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody
100%.
wants to be investigated, but nobody wants to do the reviews anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
I
And
enjoy it. I do it as often as I can. I just don't have as much time as I used to.
Right.
I tell my
Who
wife all the
does?
time, yeah, I'm like, I am more busy now doing this than when I had a full-time job. Like,
Sure.
yeah, just because
I've heard
this
that,
is fun,
actually.
and I want to do
Yeah.
it, and I, you know, the sky is the limit, and there's just new ideas and new people, and amazing. I've met so many amazing people.
That's awesome. The location sounds great. I mean,
It
and the
does.
way you guys should go into community, it's more like you're part of the community instead of trying to, branch out and become a lot of people, get these egos.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you guys don't sound like have egos. And
Mhm.
the way the community should be, because that's the only way the community is going to go.
Yeah, I mean, I would think
Everybody
that
has
if you,
an idea.
yeah, I
Everybody
mean,
has
if
an
you
idea
don't,
with something,
Yeah.
how to. They think, oh, what I got is the best, and their heads get so big for themselves they forget what they're there for.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
I mean, they forget who they came up with and everything else, and
Yeah.
that's the problem. That's a big problem where we're going now. And
Mhm.
the people you mentioned before are all good people that are part of the paranormal. That's being part of. Now they're coming down for you guys.
very,
And that's what's good about it. I've been doing this such a long time, so I've been through a lot of people through the years, and you start seeing people that are in it for a different reason than what you're in it for.
Oh yeah. Well, and I was under that bubble for so long. So like last year for Creep It Real, a good friend of mine approached me and she's like, "So do you want me to see if Patty Negri will come to your festival?" And I was like, "Who's that?"
ooh,
I mean, as much as I don't like to admit that, because now I know her and she's incredible, and I'm like, how did I not know her? But I had no idea who she was. Like, and then when I saw her, I was like, oh, I recognize her from always seeing her on my mom's TV, but
Right.
I had no idea
or
who
on
she
TikTok
was
or whatever.
Like,
Yeah,
I was
she's on TikTok a lot.
associating with like Ernie and Andy Andrews and Pam and Steve, and like these were the people that I knew, like all of those guys, like even like the Blue Bodie. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her.
Yep.
Great friend of mine
She's
now.
coming on the show. She's coming on the show.
Yay! I
Next
love
week, I think.
I'm trying to get in touch with her. Hope she gets back to me.
Yeah, hopefully.
I can call her here in a minute. She's actually she's coming up here this weekend. She has an event at her brand new location in Fredonia. Unique Paranormal 1.5 is actually her host team there.
Oh, really?
And so she has an event there this Saturday. So she's going to be driving up from Oklahoma. Hey, love those guys too.
They were on the show also.
Yeah, love
We
those
had them
guys.
a couple weeks ago.
Oh, Residual Hunts.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're great.
I'll have to remind her. What day is she supposed to be on with you guys?
Next week.
Next Tuesday?
Oh yeah, the ball. Yeah, she's supposed to be on next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll remind her.
I
I'll be
brought
on her.
something to her last night. I think.
She's
Yeah.
probably
I
just
didn't
busy.
Get back to me. I figured she
Yeah,
was busy.
but like again, like I had no idea who she was. Now she's probably one of my closest friends. Like, so it's cool
So
though
cool.
having friends like that, because you're not like fangirling over them, and you actually develop real humble friendships. So
Right.
I'm thankful for that kind of stuff.
Well, you're the one that
Right.
told me to go over to her. She was right
Did I?
across from you at Gettysburg.
Oh yeah, she was she was at the bash too. Yep.
And you go. She has a new location.
Yep.
So
I'm the one that drug her down there. I'm like, you have to come out for this event, and yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah.
We had such a nice time this year there. We really did. Last year was fun too, but I mean, this year was just really great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I feel like it gets better every year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What I enjoy about that is like I meet people like you, and then after we all get together and we just hang out, and I'm the guy that sits in the back with a cigar and a beer, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. We loved it this year because we got rooms with like on this courtyard type area. So we just all sat outside our little patio things outside in the courtyard and had a good old time.
Yeah,
nice.
I was on that court. You mean outside where the Batmobile was?
No. So like it was kind of set back like towards when you take the walkway to the back part of the building. When you look to the right, there's like a courtyard there and you see all the door walls to rooms.
Okay.
We had like a little pavilion out there, chairs, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we hung out there a lot.
Nice.
Okay.
Because things can get a little crazy up front, especially when they do like the bartending stuff and
yes.
So I
hung out by the Batmobile. I just sat there with my chair. I bring my chair. I bring my own chair.
Yeah.
Yep. Sit down and we bring my own beers and we sit there and
there you go.
Yeah, we just people watch.
Oh yeah. So everybody's so nice. Like everybody's just so nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were out there with Andy Andrews.
Oh and,
yeah, bunch of people.
Good
people.
We
had a bunch of people out there.
We definitely know.
This year, next year, we'll hang out together.
Absolutely, we'll be there.
I love it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I love it.
It was a good time. You know, we're always looking forward to hang out with new people and everything.
For sure.
One of the greatest things of all of this.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, to meet each other and hang out with each other. So
I still have a question about owning this location. I'm sorry, just one more. I make notes.
You can ask as many questions as you want to.
I'm the nerd of the show who makes notes and who reads all the books and
you be the nerd
and turns the pages down with my questions. What would you say to people who want to purchase a haunted location? What have you learned the most that you would tell people? Do people come to you and say, I'm thinking about doing that? What advice do you have?
Several people.
Okay, so it's not a crazy question then. Okay.
No, it is not. My best piece of advice is do not buy a haunted location to make money. Don't buy a haunted location to make money.
Oh gosh. Does anyone say that they want to do it to make money?
Well, I think a lot of people, when they invest in something, it's to get a return, correct?
Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, I would think it's research, really.
Yeah. So if you look at it from a perspective of a business person rather than somebody who's doing it with a mission and a purpose, and because they truly love something as a hobby, because it's expensive, right?
Sure.
So you need to at least have that in part of your plan because you need to be able to at least keep the doors open. But we all learn that times get tough. Sometimes you're booked every weekend. Sometimes you don't have a booking for an entire month. So is my only purpose and goal, because my intentions were just to do this to honor my mother. As long as I can get a booking to keep the heat and the lights on, I'm happy. Right. But it's definitely something you can't rely on for a job or a career, because it's always costing money, especially if you're trying to historically restore a property. Every little bit that you bring in, you have to put back in so that this amazing place can stay standing.
Sure. That's so expensive too.
Absolutely.
More
so
than
that would be
my
number one thing. Like, have true intention for the paranormal, and don't do it to get rich, for sure.
Right. And I love what you said about you investigating first. I mean, like, you really have to be your own customer before you can have customers. Does that make sense? Like,
well, and because again, back to the intent of it, like, we were only doing this because my mother always wanted to own a haunted location.
Okay.
So if it's not haunted, then we're not really honoring her to the full potential that we intended. So the intent isn't there. The trueness behind the mission isn't there. And in my opinion, if all of those things don't fall into line, you're leaving room to be unsuccessful rather than successful.
Yeah, or disappointed at
If that
the
makes
very
sense.
least.
Yeah, if that makes sense. Because like I said at the very start of this podcast, like I struggle on a daily basis with people really truly believing that my intentions are true and honest. Because there's not many people left in the world like that. So when somebody does come across and they're saying, you know, I want to help everybody and I support everybody and your battle is not my battle, because let's be real, there's a lot of drama in this field I never knew existed. And I just love everybody. I don't your issue is your issue. Your issue is your issue. I'm going to love everybody unless you directly hurt me intentionally. There's no room for any of that. And a lot of people have a hard time with that because, I mean, even if you're my family and somebody wrongs you, you're my family. I love you to pieces, but
same.
I'm not picking sides. I'm still loving everybody the same. And a lot of people have a hard time believing that.
No, it's true.
Or also being that way. Like I would never expect somebody to not deal with somebody because I have an issue with somebody. Like, so I think that's been the biggest challenge for me lately. But other than that, I have no complaints. And I know I can't change the world and make everybody, you know, pay it forward and be kind. And that's impossible, right?
But you can do it.
Well, and I'm not perfect.
And you can hold on to that.
Yes, but I'm going to keep trying every day. And even through my own trip ups and my own mistakes, like I'm going to learn from them and I'm going to try to do even better. So that's where I'm at. We
feel the same way. I'm speaking for you, Anthony. No, we do. We feel the same way. And I'm like you in that I love you even if you don't love me. I still love you because I have love in me, you know, kind of thing. Not to get all, I don't know.
I agree.
But yeah, that's just because that's how I am. Doesn't matter how you are.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Exactly. And it's tough, especially like when you have a group of people who feel a certain way about a certain person. And you understand why they feel this way. You understand why this side feels this way. And trying to support everybody on both sides and inevitably becomes impossible. So then you just kind of have to just
be yourself,
reset, do your own, and just get focused back to your goal sometimes. Because some people want the goodness in their life and sometimes they don't. Some people want acceptance and some people don't. Like to each is their own. And that's what I said, like all you can do is set forth your own goals and stay steadfast to that and pick yourself back up when you fall down and keep going.
I love that. And remember why we're doing this, because we're all doing it together, really, in the end. So you know what? If you don't like this or whatever, I don't care. We're all doing this.
Fun and
focus on this.
Relationships.
Have fun.
Have good talk, meet good people. And to me, that's what it's
good
all
part.
about. Absolutely.
I love this woman.
We're all in it for the same reason. I mean, the drama is the drama. It's just try to stay out of it. I mean, you could get caught up in it. It's very easy. I mean, you don't have to be doing anything to get caught up in it.
No, you really don't. You really don't.
No.
You
just
sit back and you're like, what just happened? And,
exactly.
It's tough.
Like people go and then they don't want to be with it. It's like, okay, fine. It's like, I'm not in it to, I'm in it to, be like, I give everybody a chance. And how many times I had to start over because you have to cut people out because people are just don't want to, cooperate or they just, they love the drama and you don't want to be part of that drama.
And like the Blue Bodie, my friend Bodie, she tells me all the time, because I always wonder, like, why does this bother me so much? Like, why, if somebody doesn't believe my intention, why does that bother me so much? And she's like, it's because you're a squishy Pisces. Like, this is just who you were born to be. And, you just want to love and accept everybody, and you want them to feel that with you as well. And that's just not how the world works. So that's why it affects me personally.
Yeah.
When somebody gets upset with me because I'm not agreeing with what they're putting out there, it's like, we can agree to disagree. That's okay. I still love everybody.
Yep. Same. I'm a squishy Cancer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Squishy. She reminds me every day of my life. Oh, it's just because you're so squishy.
I always say a Pisces is a good Cancer. I'm a Cancer, and I always say Pisces is like a Cancer, but better, but good. Like no moodiness.
It's the squishiness that
Pisces is an evolved Cancer, I say.
For sure.
No, but I totally relate to you. I relate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Anthony's like, she sounds just like Jenny.
There's a question up here about, we did put this, it was put up there about something with food. If you EVPs, let me see.
Oh, I saw that. It said, do you ever ask Spirit what their favorite food is? We do all the time.
I love that question.
Yeah, our good friend Amy, her go-to every single investigation, she asks Spirit if they like fried chicken every single time.
Oh, I love that. I always say, what time is dinner? That's much better, though. I gotta try that.
That's a good one. Yeah, we always ask, do you like fried chicken?
What time is dinner? Well, because I mean it. What time is dinner? I'm like, I'm probably hungry. I'm probably hungry when I ask it.
Well, you kind of feel the grass and get hungry, so.
No, I'm like, what time is dinner?
We have to break a chop.
No, but that's a better question. I love it.
Or my favorite thing, I love pickles. Anybody here love pickles? Like, we just usually pick something. Some of the responses we get sometimes are wild. So much fun.
That's a great idea to be so specific like that. That's so good.
Yeah.
And I try not to do the yes or no, but
you get like on Phasma, like pickles or fried chicken. Like you get weird stuff. So then you're like, they do like fried chicken.
I love it. I think I would say what do you eat with it or something? What would you eat with fried chicken? Just because I don't like to do yes or no on my recorders, because I just feel like any noise people think, oh, that's a no, or that's a yeah, that's a yeah. Yeah. Because sometimes it's like, so I tried.
What's up, guys?
I love all these wonderful people in here. They came to the Creep It Real Festival. I love them.
We adore them. We're all about the love here.
He was a little bit of a smart aleck because even though the festival was fantastic, nobody showed up for any of the guest speakers. So he made a video of himself in the basement with like nobody down there. Oh, it was hysterical.
That is so him.
Yeah.
Jeremy. Oh my God. Yes, totally.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he did. He brought the kids along and they hung out with Dark Hollows kids, and it was great. It was awesome.
Oh, Jess is so sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet. I love it. They're great.
Yeah. Well, we've seen them at the Gettysburg also.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We had them on the show also. They're great people.
Yeah, such good friends.
Also, another amazing cause that he stands up for.
Similar. I was thinking about Beyond the Badge when you were talking about your what you were doing, reaching out to people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the possible roundtable or whatever you decide to do. Yeah. In the beginning,
we hope you come back, Jeremy, for sure.
Because I'm sure they could, definitely give you some input there.
Oh, 100%.
On that subject, because they support Survive First. So same idea.
Absolutely.
Same idea. We all have to live another day, survive another day. I'm sure they would agree that there.
Yeah. So.
Or the most famous thing that he says that I love the most is that it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very true.
And that is very true.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So
Adam's in Texas, so
absolutely, Adam. We would love to have all of you. We everybody's welcome. Everybody. We'd love to have everybody up there. Experience someplace.
Definitely going to have to get a trip. I'm over here in Queens. How far are you from the Poconos?
Oh, not far. 3 hours.
Okay. I got a place in the Poconos. I could sleep there and then drive to you.
Ooh. He has a place in the Poconos.
Yes, he does. Mm-hmm. I've been there.
Fans.
It's in one of those communities. But
it's very nice.
It's fun.
It's very nice. I went to his birthday party there.
That's an amazing area.
Yeah, but it's only like 3 hours from me too, I believe. I'm in the middle of New Jersey, but on the western central side.
Okay.
So not western, but central, but not on the coast.
It's
So
On the west
yeah.
end would be the hats and the boots and the horses and stuff like that. I like breaking a child.
He does.
My house,
He really does. Everything I
Yeah.
say. I wish I wasn't on my phone. I wish my computer didn't.
Thanks for coming in, Jeremy.
Thank you,
Going to hang with
Jeremy.
the
They're so nice to come say hi every time. It means the world. Anyway, so how does one, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but how does one make reservations at the Doss House?
So the most popular way recently has just been sending us a message on our Facebook page, the Doss House of Loretto.
Okay.
We also have a website, the Doss House. I think it's the Doss House of Loretto-pa.com. You can find all types of information in regards to the house, what we're doing, why the house exists, information that other teams have reported, all kinds of things on there.
Nice.
That's my daughter's been working on that. So we just recently got information up for of every room in the house and what people have reported in each space. Bodie did an aura reading of the house for us. So we have that on there. Like she describes, what the colors mean at different times of the day, which is incredible because she's an aura artist. I can't remember what it's called, something kinesis or something that she sees colors. I don't really remember. So that's on there. And then again, everything about mom and unique. And then obviously TikTok, Instagram. We're just now trying to build up our YouTube channel. So that's new. We're learning how to do all of that silly stuff. Yeah. But yeah, basically we're just about everywhere.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah,
We just only because we like to spread info on our Facebook page about our guests. So
if you want to book it, you can send an email direct to the Doss House 278@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we might be doing that soon. Well,
we will be doing that soon.
By next year, we're going to start venturing more out.
Yeah. You do it all year. Is there any time that you're closed? Do you close?
All day, every day.
The Seekers Chronicles, we did. We just get together with a bunch of people that we know. We did the Shanley. Now we're going to be doing the Hoover House. So we're going to,
a Seekers event.
That would be great. We would love to have you guys. Absolutely.
June 20th. No, I'm kidding.
Give it
I'm
real.
giving him a hard time. He'll be home with his wife, and I'll be out there.
We'll be out here eating cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be sorry.
Always without me. Yeah.
You'll be sorry.
Yeah.
You'll have FOMO.
Adam said, "How close are we to Gettysburg?" We're only about 2 hours and 15 minutes from Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're 2 hours. Yeah. I'm 5 hours, 4.5 hours, 5 hours.
Well, and what's awesome about this area is there's 4 locations, all within about 15 minutes of each other. So you have the Doss House in Loretto. You have the Old Stone Ebensburg Jail that is open for investigations. You have the Crescent Sanatorium that will be back open after haunt season, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you have the Nanny Glow Theater. Awesome old time theater. It's in Nanny Glow, Pennsylvania. Definitely check it out. Dark Hollow Paranormal is who runs that with the Historical Society of Nanny Glow.
I don't think I know that one.
It's a super neat place. Definitely should check that out if anybody's up here in this area too. And like I said, all 4 of these places are all within about 10 to 15 minutes of each other.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, but you need a weekend. Like Crescent is massive.
It is massive. And you definitely do not. I know you said the cold doesn't bother you, but when you are
it's
up
freezing.
On the Crescent Summit, oh man, you better
It's
be
freezing.
dressed beyond Eskimo covering.
Yep.
Yeah, it is very cold up there.
Yeah, maybe don't go in December.
Yeah, go into springtime.
Yeah, and you can get lost in that place, I'm telling you. You could literally get lost.
To so many buildings. So
You
many
need like
buildings.
a search party.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Trans-Allegheny, you could get lost, but you'd always just find your way back to center, and there's signs, and you know what I mean? Like, you could make your way back to that central staircase. But Crescent,
no, you
I feel
come
like
out.
they'd never find you.
Yeah, you come out of a building and you have you just hope for the best.
You don't know where you are.
That's
Even outside, you're like, I don't know.
We've gotten to the
where I
point,
am.
literally, we'll just dip back down into the tunnels, and we know eventually we'll pop up somewhere that's familiar.
So bad. Not the best way to do it. We don't recommend that.
No,
exactly.
I mean, the tunnels are creepy in itself, but yep, that's the last time we were there. That's what we resorted to. We'd pop up, do an investigation, go back in the tunnel, make our way to the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cold it was? Is it cold? That gets really cold there, you say?
Crescent.
The winter, Crescent gets very cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there.
Yeah. But that's a great idea.
Yeah, the Old Stone Jail does get cold, but he has a big meeting room that he heats. So you can go out, investigate, come back, warm up, go out, investigate, come back, warm up. So, and then I don't think Nanny Glow has heat at all. If I'm being honest, I don't think so.
They got a bathroom.
Well, maybe springtime.
I think they have a bathroom.
No.
I don't know.
I hope so.
I never used it, so I don't know.
You could spend a week out there, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you just do daytime, or do you just do nighttime? I mean, or do you ever do daytime investigations?
We do.
My new thing is daytime.
All the time at the DOS. DOS we do just because it's easily accessible to us. Same with the Nanny Glow Theater. We were there in the day, but everywhere else, like if we get there at 5, we get to it so we can have some daylight stuff. Because we get, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. You're always getting stuff.
No, I agree. I think people need to do more daytime investigations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's just that these places are setting up their times that you can book it for these later hours. So you want to take advantage of all of that time. So yeah, that's why we're like, you get 12 hours. You pick the time that you want to check in, and honestly, even if you can stay longer. We're okay. Like if the next group isn't coming in until 6 o'clock the next night, and you need to sleep to get home safe, we're totally cool with it.
I love it.
How many people would you say is a good number to investigate at the house?
5 to 6 is perfect. 8 max. 8 max.
8 max. Yeah. Okay.
Because the noise, it's not that big either.
Like when we do bigger group things, we divide up. So like this past weekend was crazy. We were celebrating Danielle's birthday, and we had
happy birthday.
We had a big group of people there at the house. We had like 4 or 5 people sitting in the living room, and then obviously the dining room's just adjoining. So then we had 3 or 4 people in the dining room, and we investigated between the 2 spaces. Same like over in the barbershop. We had half of the group in the barbershop, half of the group right there in the kitchen, and did things that way. The basement, same way. Front basement, back basement, everybody. So there is room to make it possible and that everybody can be together. But to have somebody on this side of the house doing one thing and somebody on this side of the house doing another, there's just too much cross-contamination there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have 5 people, you could pretty much stay together.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you got too many, well, I would go with 5 people. But if you get more than that, you always could have a group stay outside and do inside the house and then alternate. So I've done that at certain locations, the Hinsdale House and what do you call it, the Burlington Prison and stuff like that. You always have like a small group go in and have another group wait outside.
That's a good idea.
Then, I mean, that's how you do it.
Whatever works for you.
That makes sense. We'll put Anthony in the van with all the cameras.
I wouldn't mind that. You
don't understand.
There
He'd be in heaven. That would be his perfect investigation.
I'm willing to place a bet right now that he would not, and I'm curious to see when he gets there to see if he would stay the night in that house alone.
What,
I bet he would.
I don't think he would.
No. Oh, because he can. I would, because I'd be like, oh, this place is so comfy.
Yeah, because he has so many abilities, and there's
okay, good point.
Spiritual traffic in there.
Good point.
I'm not so sure.
Good point. I forgot.
I would bet on that.
Well, we'll see.
He's not afraid of much.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, no, I mean, the basement sounds interesting, but I don't like to say it's, do you ever find like you don't like to say much, right? Because you want people to go in and
Well, yeah, and
question.
I want to give false pretense, but at this point, there's so much
You can't hide it.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much out there.
There's a couple spaces in there that definitely feel icky. I'm not a professional, and they're, in my opinion,
none of us are.
Everything is still always paranormal theory. Nothing's ever going to be proven.
Exactly.
Everybody has their opinions of what they sense and feel, and they're entitled to that. Like there was a big thing in the beginning, we know that people go in doing YouTubes using certain titles for clickbait and all of these things. But
yeah.
You can't, and then you actually click on it and it's nothing of the sort. So,
right.
Unfortunately, sometimes you get that stigma attached with the location. That's nothing like that. But then you get some people that are definitely, like this energy is here. I see this, I feel this. And, you go from people, having such a low vibrational feeling of an energy to us having dance parties with spirit over in the barbershop, so it goes from here to here all of the time. So, and that's what makes the place so unique. And because it's so new and we're learning so much every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what it's going to be like in a few years, like what you're going to learn, like what you're going to, that's so exciting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And finding the documentation. And we found out that Frank, he lives across the street. He was Doss's best friend, and he was the town's historian. He had tried for years to have that building deemed a historical site. But he just kept running into one wall after the other. The first was because there was no documentation from 1810 to like 1832, I think it was, because it was that meeting house, and it wasn't built as a home.
Right.
So until it was actually deeded a home, that was one strike that they put against him. And then because they actually added on to the original structure up into the mid 1900s, that put another stone in the road. So I think,
but that's so common.
I know, which is very odd. I know Danielle's going to try looking into it again. I mean, because the original structure is over 200 years old. That's pretty incredible.
I mean, if you could get that, boy, would that help you a lot.
Yeah, we're going to try. We're really sad that we have to
cross
paint
my
the building.
fingers.
That's making us sad because
couldn't you get somebody like go and like down the basement, the foundation and stuff, and take samples and give it a date?
I don't know that answer. It would be something to look into for sure.
Mm-hmm. Because
like an archaeologist.
Yeah, because they could do it with old bones.
Carbon data. No, I don't think it's silly. I think it's good.
No,
but it's too bad they don't just believe it. Like, I mean, they don't have any documentation.
As long as there's a foundation there that's a couple hundred years old, they got to look into that. They'll say, well,
there is an actual document from 1810 for this building. There is an actual. But like I said, these were the hiccups that Frank said were along the way.
Yeah, I'm sure if anyone knew how to do it, it was Frank.
In the 1830s, it was then deemed a home. So that alone should have gotten it. But then they threw at him that no, because this was built on and this was built on and it's not original and it's not this and it's.
But that shouldn't matter.
I mean, this area, who knows? If it was up to Loretto, they'd probably bulldoze the property just to get us out there at this point. So
they're picky. That is true.
Yeah.
But I mean, if anyone knows how to do it, it would have been him, as a historian.
Right. He did. He did try for a lot of years, I guess.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know. I just realized that myself, that we would have talked for right over 2 hours without even realizing it. We've got like a minute.
This is how I realized it. Adam says, "Oh, great show."
Thanks, Adam. Thanks for letting us know that is.
We still could have talked for another couple hours.
I know. And isn't anyone keeping time here?
Yeah, really.
So I really got to end the show. It's like,
what a great show! Oh my gosh, we are so grateful to you for coming on.
Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely, anytime.
Yeah, and we'll keep in touch about all the stuff that we talked about.
Yeah.
And, after the show, don't go away right away. We'll talk a couple more minutes before,
I will be here.
Okay.
So I really got to say goodbye.
Yeah. Gosh, we got like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Everyone, thanks for coming. And I'll let Anthony do his outro.
Yeah, I wanted to thank everybody for coming tonight, and I want to thank Shauna. With Miss Danielle. Wish she was here
Yes.
too.
And happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Storyteller.
I want to thank like I said, everybody in the audience. I want to thank you. We are running out of time, so I got to just say, everybody, when you go on investigation, you got to be safe because you want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. Okay, forget about it. Ciao, familia.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?